lover. Just like the fish lives in the water, so does this energy called God also reside within us. If God is within us, why don't we have the experience? Why are we so lost? Why the confusion? Why all the unkindness and hatred? Kabir Das, 15th century Indian mystic poet, uttered deep words of wisdom when he observed, "The fish is thirsty in the water, and every time I hear this, it makes me laugh." Funny, but sad, don't you think? In our last video, we established that the only way to escape the trap of death is to experience the divine within you. To do so, you need to ignite your thirst for that divine. If you haven't watched it, please do so. Subscribe so you can be a part of this journey to wisdom. Why is the fish thirsty? Will we ever understand why? When it is surrounded by water, when it lives in water, when water is its source of life. Why has it come to this? Wisdom lover, the fish has taken the water for granted. It sees it as ordinary, as something that's just there, not as its benefactor. Surely, this fish has forgotten its nature. It has forgotten that without the water, it will no more be alive, that it owes its survival to that most precious liquid. Surrounded by the solutions to its needs, this fish seeks it elsewhere to its detriment. No, fish, you don't have to jump out of the water to find water. You are already immersed in it. Just open your mouth and it will flow in effortlessly. We too have forgotten our nature. In the abundance of existence, we search for the meaning of life in the temporary things, forgetting that the permanent God resides within us, that we depend on God to be alive. The day God lives, that is the day we too shall say bye-bye. We have taken God for granted. Surrounded by this unfathomable energy, we seek it elsewhere. We search for it in all the places it is not. We ascribe meaningless definitions and assumptions and belittle that power by mistakenly thinking that this God is like us, human. So what should you be thirsty for? You see, thirst is the body's way of reminding us to drink water. Without that reminder, we will forget to drink and die of dehydration. Within us is the thirst for God, a real experience, not theory and ideas. But to have this experience, you need to ignite that thirst. It is the only way to know the divine. You hear these words, but you are not moved. Maybe it is because you may be going through a problem that is overwhelming you, that is tasking the very fabric of your faith and your belief. This problem doesn't seem to have a solution. It is shaking the foundations of your humanity. Could it be that we are seeking solutions in the wrong place? I was like that many years ago, imprisoned by indoctrination of an abstract God somewhere in the sky, with no hope of ever experiencing the ultimate knowledge, the knowledge within me. Therefore, we have all these problems. We are seeking for solutions in places that it is not. Must something unpleasant happen to you before you are jolted into reality? Must it always have to be the worst that reminds us of the best? I found myself in this situation 20 years ago when I became ill with a severe case of malaria. I felt as if life was draining out of me. I thought I was going to die. Through these agonizing moments of suffering and despair, I had an epiphany. It was about the reality of my existence. I discovered that I was missing out on the enjoyment of the greatest experience possible, life. Caught up in my ideas of what life was, what it meant to be successful, I was in danger of losing out on what was most important to me. I needed to understand my needs and separate them from my wants. Wisdom lovers, this realization ignited my thirst for the divine. Then I started living my manifestations. My journey to self-discovery has continued to lead me to so many experiences. Wisdom lover, this is possible for you. Why? Because you are a human being, that's why. It's your gift, your privilege. This is unimaginable kindness. This world has created so many wants for you. You spend all your life trying to satisfy these wants and forget that you possess a need you have to fulfill. Wisdom lover, it is okay to want to know. The freedom that knowing reality brings is unbelievable. I experience this every day. There is a huge chasm between what you believe to be true and what really is. Perhaps you are aware, perhaps not. I am not talking about religion. We are talking about discovering your true self. When the sun shines, it doesn't shine differently for any group of people. It just shines. And whoever wants to enjoy and appreciate it is wholly free to do so, without judgment. Immerse yourself in this beautiful ocean of the divine. Kabir says, all know that the drop merges into the ocean, but few know that the ocean merges into the drop. In this voyage to experience the divine, have you packed the essentials? Have you packed water? If you have, then get ready to embark on the adventure of your lifetime. We are on the journey to discover the true self. It is the noblest, most beautiful endeavor you can undertake. It is the ultimate journey. I need to warn you though, you will enjoy this immensely. The most interesting thing about this journey is that you do it at your own pace and no money is required. You do it because you want to, because it makes you feel joy, the joy of being alive. Wisdom lovers, just like all endeavors, there are pitfalls and setbacks. In our next video, we will address some of the obstacles that plagues you and prevents you from knowing your true self and experiencing the divine.
You say take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night. When I close my eyes, I see trust you when you
Have a good day, wisdom lovers.
that beauty